I don't have your best interest in mind. I didn't instruct you to attack me, and I got you to leave yourself wide open.
That's true, actually.
That's a very good point.
Pretty base to you, Wheeler.
Thank you so much.
I like it when the shoulder devil says, hey, here's what I would do, but don't listen to me.
You've made it across the stream and under the mountain and in to the Elder Dragon Social Club. Welcome everybody to Elder Dragon Social Club, where this episode we have 4 folks taking on the pre-constructed decks from Commander Masters. Very excited to see an Eldrazi battling a Sliver, battling someone from the underworld of Nyx, battling an old wizard who knows he's in a game. If you want to pick up any of these Commander decks, or anything from Commander Masters, or just some singles from these decks for some brews that you're cooking up, head over to our sponsor Card Kingdom at cardkingdom.com/EDSC. That lets them know that you like seeing this, and we hope you do, because we like making it. And of course, this show and everything we do is brought to you by you and your kind support of our Patreon at patreon.com/loadingreadyrun. A reminder also to check out the store.loadingreadyrun.com for some sleeves, including the EDSC sleeves. All of our sleeves are made by Dragon Shield, so shoutouts to them as well. Without further ado, please enjoy this episode of Elder Dragon Social Club.
Thanks, me. Well, we've all decided to keep our hands. We've decided who's going first, and we've decided to introduce ourselves. Wow!
Wow!
Who the hell are you?
Hi, I'm Ben, and I'm gonna be doing Eldrazi stuff. I like long walks on the beach and sucking the mana from the plains.
I did not think you were going to say mana.
Thank God there was an A at the end of there. And who's your commander for this evening?
Oh, I am playing, Zuladoc, Void Gorger. He is 5 and a generic mana for 7/4 legendary Eldrazi. Colorless spells I cast from my hand with mana value 7 or greater have Cascade. So I'm gonna play Big Dumb Eldrazi and, I don't know, get more Eldrazi from it? That seems cool. Or I cast Kozilek and go into some sort of board wipe.
Okay.
Great. What are you playing?
Well, thank you for having us. It's great to be us. For I am Wheeler. We are Wheeler, the hive mind of slivers.
Oh boy.
I'm playing Sliver Gravemother. It's a sliver that cares about slivers, obviously. 5 mana, 6/6. Legend rule doesn't apply to slivers I control. Each sliver creature in my graveyard has Encore X, where X is its mana value. Do you want more?
I remember Encore.
I'll do it again because this also has Encore for 5. So it's when I get it out of the graveyard and I make tokens for each opponent and they get haste and then they go away. It's nothing to worry about. It's slivers. They've never been threatening, ever.
Have they ever made a sliver that didn't care about slivers?
Just once. I'd love a sliver that didn't care about slivers.
Apathy sliver?
Yeah. Narcissistic sliver.
I mean, Venser's sliver doesn't do anything. It's just end sliver.
Yeah. But I mean, it's doing its best.
Yeah, it's trying.
And we have a Kathleen.
My commander is Commodore Guff, and he is a planeswalker who knows he's a planeswalker. He is self-aware, and some people love that. Yeah.
Some people.
Some people. I personally think it's amazing.
No, who's some people? Wait, like us real people or like other planeswalkers?
No, the kind of people who like reading Deadpool comics, I think.
People are like, man, you know what this very serious comic needs? Deadpool.
Yeah. You know what wall I hate the most? The 4th.
He's just Jim Halperting the camera constantly. He's like,
Actually, hot take. You know, wall I hate? Wall of Roots.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I know.
Sorry. Continue.
But true fact, like he is very self-aware. There is a magic book where all of the 9 Titans. We remember people like Lord Windgrace and Freyalise, right, from previous Planeswalker cards. They put together this super team to defeat Yawgmoth. We know who he is thanks to the Brothers' War, and they were absolutely not going to win. So Commodore Guff, literally in the book, is like, oh, I guess I have to change this, but it means, you know, to make sure things happen and that we beat the guy, but then I will die. And then he gets erased by a black cloud of like evil like miasma or something like that as he's changing the outcome so the good guys can win. And then he was never appearing in the story again, because even in the books people were like, wow, that's a lot.
Like, I'm done with this.
Man, people say that about me in content.
I mean, I think this maximum cringe lord is my like true commander here. So
That doesn't sound very cringe to me. I don't know. It sounds like he's just.
Kathleen, you may be cringe, but at least you're free.
Yeah.
that's true.
Speaking of free, we have the player. We have the player going first. Adam.
Hey, what up? So glad to be here. It's great. I am playing Anakthea, Hand of Erebos. It's 2 white, black, green for a 4/4 with Menace. It's a legendary enchantment creature. And it says other enchantment creatures you control have Menace. When Anakthea enters the battlefield or attacks, exile up to 1 target non-aura enchantment card from your graveyard. Create a token that's a copy of that card, except it's a 3/3 black zombie creature in addition to its other types. So they just made Scarab God, but you don't have to pay for it.
This sounds like a very you deck. You're grabbing things from the graveyard.
I mean, I opened up, my opening hand had creatures that draw me cards when they enter the battlefield.
There you go.
I'm not attacking anybody.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm never getting a trigger off this commander. I'm not here to attack
and it's
people.
a giant lady.
Yeah. I'm here to not attack people.
Great. Well, how about we all agree that nobody's attacking anybody on our first turn,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
that we all have a clean fight.
I don't know. I've got some pretty low to the ground Eldrazi.
Young man, get that raging goblin out of your deck.
What's the 0-mana kobold?
Kobolds of Carekeep?
No, the
Crimson
legendary.
kobolds?
Oh, Rogold.
Rogrim.
Rock.
Rock.
Excuse me.
Rogrim.
Rogrim Trio.
Yeah. All right, Lorthos. Let's go.
Yeah. All right. Oh yeah, I get to draw. Wow, Commander's a fun format.
They don't understand that our side of the table just sounds like this, even if we're happy.
Yeah.
I want the Adam Savadan EDH Yelp review if I get to draw. Good format.
5 stars.
I will play this exotic orchard and I will pass.
I can tell you, I won't be giving you any
Yeah,
colors.
but Wheeler will be. That's a.
Whoa.
This is a banger land.
Which rainbow land would you like, sir?
Well, I wasn't going to do a lot on my turn, but my draw changed that. Urza's Power Plant.
Ooh.
Tap Urza's Power Plant for a Soul Ring. Tap Soul Ring
Uh-huh.
for the most powerful card of all. Crashing Drawbridge.
Ah.
It's a 0/4 defender. But you can tap it to give creatures I control haste until next turn.
That was Eldraine, right?
That was Eldraine. Yeah. Well, that's me. Go for it, man.
Eldraine. Eldrazi.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. Think really makes
Yeah,
you
you're
think.
really onto something, Columbo.
Yeah.
Like, what do you-
Just level.
Here's one more thing. My wife, she loves the wastes. I'm going to play a Path of Ancestry as my land for the turn, and I'm going to pass.
Wait. Hold up.
I give you nothing, he gives you everything.
Yeah. I like how we're like Commander Masters, and Ben's like, yeah, Urza's Power Plant, Soul Ring, Crashing Drawbridge.
I mean, if anything, what this is illustrating is that there's a lot of power, and then there's Crashing Drawbridge.
You can have a prairie stream. Look at that.
Sick.
Blue and white.
Yep.
There's no blue in your commander's color identity.
No.
But you get a little bit of white mana, I suppose. It enters the battlefield tap because I don't control 2 other basic lands, because I'm not sure there's 2 other basic lands in this deck. Go ahead.
Okay. I'm going to play this Selesnya Sanctuary tapped and return the Orchard to my hand. Go ahead, Benjamin.
Cards in hand, young man.
Oh no, 1, 2,
Ba
3.
ba ba ba.
8.
Da
Oh,
da da
no.
da.
That's interesting. Last we talked, you had 7. Now you have 8.
You know what the issue is? You can do this in limited and in construct and non-commander
no, I didn't
constructed
think
formats,
about
but you draw your first turn in commander. That thing that you loved, what a double-edged sword.
But now he gets to throw things in his graveyard, which objectively is pretty good.
Oh, that's true, actually. Never mind. Adam's a genius.
I will put the Sigil of the Empty Throne in my graveyard.
Oh.
That one's spooky. Mm-hmm. I draw, as is my right. And I play the... Ooh. I play this not Full Art's Waste, which I had not seen. This is the first time I think they've been printed not Full Art, and yeah. Oh. This is the basiciest basic I've ever seen in my life.
I don't like it.
And then I'm going to tap 4 for a new thing. Abstruse Archaic? Is that a word?
Yeah.
What is... Kathleen, what's abstruse mean?
One sec, let me look it up.
Okay, but we edit this out in post.
It means difficult to understand. What does it do?
I mean, that's very apt. It's a 3/4 with vigilance, and for 1 and tap, I can copy target activated or triggered ability I control from a colorless source, and I can choose new targets for the copy.
Oh.
Was that difficult to understand?
No, it's terrifying to behold.
Well, speaking of terrifying, I'm going to tap the drawbridge and give it haste, and I will swing at Kathleen for 3.
I take 3.
Go for it, buddy.
Untap. Draw. I'm going to play a basic forest, and then I'm going to tap 2 and cast a Mana Weft Sliver, which is a sliver.
Okay. Does it care about other slivers?
Yes. It says sliver creatures I control have tap add 1 mana of any color. And because I use my path, I get to scry 1. It's the same picture.
It's the same sliver, Michael.
It is. It's a Gemhide sliver. I'm going to put that on the bottom, and then I'm going to pass the turn.
Oh, right. Gemhide Sliver not good enough.
Well, no, you're doing the power play in case one of our decks has slivers, because that one gives all slivers.
Exactly.
I'm going to cast a Cascade Bluffs. So look, now you can get red. And then I'm going to use that for a Talisman of Creativity.
Mm-hmm.
I am done.
Okay. I will untap. I draw. Ooh, that card's in here. I will play this Exotic Orchard, and then I will tap it for 3 mana, green, white, and I don't know, blue. And I will play Satyr Enchanter, and it's whenever I cast an enchantment spell, draw a card. And go ahead, Ben.
Card draw and enchantments. This deck's sweet. I'm going to play this Arch Vorazka. So eventually I might get City's Blessing. I can ramp with the Soul Ring, can't I? Mm-hmm. So I effectively have 6 mana? I'm going to tap for 3, and then tap my Soul Ring hold on. I tap the Soul Ring
Yeah.
with I don't know how to do this.
Oh, mana abilities can't be targeted.
No!
Specifically on this.
Great,
That
all
was
right,
way
so that
too
means
good.
people like me, yeah. That means people like me won't mess it up. So instead, I will attack. I'm just gonna spread the love. Wheeler.
I get attacked because I pointed out the rules text of the card?
No, because you're playing slivers.
Oh, okay, that's fair. Yeah, okay.
Go ahead.
Untap. Drop. Ooh. I'll play a command tower.
It's Exotic Orchard's
It's
just,
so good.
just a banger. Yeah.
God's perfect land.
Yeah.
I'm going to tap 3 and cast Blur Sliver. It's a sliver. Sliver creatures I control have haste. And I get a scry. That's going to the bottom. With the Gemhide Sliver. Will Adam block?
No. What?
I'll attack Adam with Blur Sliver.
Absolutely not. For how much?
2.
I block. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, I took 2.
Thin ice.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
All right. Draw for the turn. Okay. Temple of Triumph. It enters the battlefield tapped. And I scry 1. What the Put it on top. Sure, that seems like it does a thing. And then watch out. Y'all are got actual things going on. I have a talisman of creativity that deals damage to me if I need colored mana.
Let's go.
So I feel like I've got to really using it for uncolored mana to cast an Oath of Gideon. I get 2 white core ally creature tokens, and each planeswalker I control enters the battlefield with an additional loyalty counter on it.
Seems good to get out first.
I would say it's not perhaps an explosive play, but it is some blockers. Go ahead.
All right, I will untap. I will draw. I will play a forest. Then I am going to tap this for green and a white, and I will play a Jukai Naturalist. I got a trigger off the enchanter, so I draw a card.
It begins.
What the heck is... Okay, I guess I cast that instead. I will tap the Orchard for black and the Forest, and I will cast Cunning Rhetoric. It's 2 and a black for an enchantment. Well, it's 1 and a black because of the Naturalist. And whenever an opponent attacks attacks you and or one or more planeswalkers I control, exile the top card of that player's library. You may play that card for as long as it remains exiled, and mana of any type can be spent to cast it.
So if we attack you, you get our stuff?
Yeah.
Cool.
Sick. Trigger? Draw card?
It was not cool.
Wait a minute. So you could get my slivers.
Yeah.
So my slivers that give your slivers, my slivers stuff. Your slip.
The ones that
Okay.
say all.
That hamster might... The hamster's
Sorry.
going to malfunction pretty quickly.
I got the thoughts of like 3,000 slivers in my head right now, and it's
Yeah.
all.
Yeah, what's up?
Do you want to get revenge?
On who?
On. Oh, wait.
I didn't do anything.
He attacked
Nobody
you.
did. For 2?
Yeah.
Okay.
But you could get it back.
A gentleman's too.
No, I'm good.
Okay.
Go ahead, Ben.
Oh, that's good. I couldn't have done it anyway. On your end step, I'm going to tap my Crashing Drawbridge to give creatures I control haste until end turn. But while that's on the stack, I'll tap it to tap this to give creatures I control haste.
Nice.
Double bridge, classic maneuver.
Yep. And then I'm going to tap for 2. This is all silly. I'm going to cast Warping Whale to make a 1/1 buddy that I can crack for mana.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, buddy. All right, I will untap and draw. Sick, that is what I needed. I'm gonna cast a Shrine of the Forsaken Gods, and by cast, I mean play. And then I'm going to tap for 6 and play Zulodok Void Gorger. It's a 7/4 who cascades things for me later. It'll just still remain a problem, I guess. I will tap the drawbridge to give Zulodok haste. I'll swing it Kathleen for 3 and Wheeler for 7.
No blocks.
7, huh?
I'll just take 3.
3 damage to Kathleen, 7 damage to me, and that's commander damage.
And I'll pass.
I like how it's like horrors from beyond the stars that will drain the life force of your very plane. A terrifying hive mind that knows only hunger and destruction. Everything comes back from the dead again and again and again. Friendship!
Yay.
Just wait.
But friendship is the most powerful of all.
Someone you look at and you're like, wow, I can't believe your parents named you Gruff. Or Guff.
Guff.
Yeah. That's
Drink
more.
Guff!
Are you named after that crime dog? I'm gonna play an island.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tap 2, including my Path of Ancestry, for Venom Sliver. Sliver creatures I control have Death Touch.
Oh, come on in.
Bottom. Damn, this Path of Ancestry has been putting in work.
Have you tried telling the Path of Ancestry to pull up its bootstraps?
It's doing its job.
Yeah, but you still have to tell it that.
Can't let it get complacent.
You're working hard. You could work harder.
Dude, yesterday when I was working, James walked into Studio C and said, if you have time to lean, you have time to clean.
Nice.
James said
James
that?
said that.
I love that energy.
I'm surprised he had time between his 2 p.m. nap and his 4 p.m. nap.
Yeah. He's like, well, the PGA Tour's on today.
Yeah.
I can't miss that. You
Because-
attack me, Wheeler?
No. Well, I'm going to attack Ben first. I'm going to add 5 Wooburg because my slivers have haste and they're also all birds of paradise.
Right.
I'm going to cast Sliver Grave Mother. 6/6. Legend Rule doesn't apply. Each sliver in my graveyard has Encore, and this has Encore. I'm going to attack Ben for 6 commander damage.
I live for that damage.
You...
That's commander damage too.
Yep. You go to 34.
Okay.
Go ahead, Kathleen.
A lot of big spooky things on the board right now.
Yeah. That satyr's messed up.
I don't trust that naturalist.
Why not? You love Kamigawa.
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
You got me.
I mean, it's no Brothers Yasuo or whatever that card is. I don't know.
Brothers, yes.
Brothers Yasuo? Brothers Yamazaki.
That was close.
Seitaro and Shujiro.
That was close, right?
All right, your commanders look so fun. I'm gonna also play my commander.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's Guff o'clock.
It's Guff. What does my commander do? Well, at the beginning of your end step, you put a loyalty counter on another target planeswalker you control. So he doesn't buff himself. But his +1 is create a +1/+1 red wizard creature token with taps for 1 red mana, but only to cast a planeswalker spell. And his -3 is you draw X cards and Commodore Guff deals X damage to each opponent, where X is the number of planeswalkers you control. So anyhow, Guff, because of my Oath of Gideon, is going to come in with 6 loyalty counters on him, which is very exciting. And I'm going to immediately +1 him to make a wizard. Wizards, it is time to chat.
Anybody up pondering their orb?
This is a heavy orb pondering deck. Yeah, I can't do anything else. Go ahead.
Orb gets a text at 2 a.m. You up?
You up?
All right. Untap. And then drop.
The dating service for gay planeswalkers is called Guff.
It's just a message board on Ravnica, isn't it?
I mean, it's a very horny message board.
All right. I will play a forest. Both those commanders are spooky.
Yeah.
What about mine?
Yours isn't spooky yet.
That's
Yours is
true.
not a problem right now. Those two are a problem right now. I will play Enchantress's Presence. Whenever you cast an enchantment spell, draw a card. I get a trigger off the Satyr. And then I will tap the Orchard for black, and then that for green and white. And I will cast Binding of the Old Gods. I'm gonna get the Eldrazi. Yeah. So I get 2 triggers. So I draw a card. Ooh. And so Binding of the Old Gods enters. It goes into the first phase of the saga. I'm gonna get Ben's commander.
Fair enough.
And then I'm not in the business of attacking people, so.
He's wide open.
I'm at 30, though.
Yeah.
I'm dying over here.
9 over here. I'll hit Wheeler for 2.
I am dying over here.
And I gain 2 life.
Yep. I go to 28, you up to 40.
Yeah. Go ahead, Ben.
Okay. Oh, you know, that turn would have been messed up.
So I was scared about
Yeah, yeah. No, absolutely. I'm a level with you. I was about to cascade 4 times.
Yeah.
So I think what I will just do is I'm going to play this Arcane Lighthouse, tap for 7, and play a little well-known, not so well-known friendo, Huldra Complete.
I don't know it.
Oh my god.
What does it do?
So it's a living weapon, so it's going to come in attached to a little germ who I'm going to name Jeremy. And Jeremy is looking very good this season, wearing Cauldron Complete, which is an indestructible weapon. that gives equipped creature +5/+5 first strike, trample, indestructible haste, and when it deals combat damage to a creature, it exiles it.
Oh, cool.
I have some good news for you.
Yes.
You have the city's blessing now.
Oh my gosh! I do have the city's blessing. Thanks, Jeremy.
No, oh. Okay, it's Wheeler, but
Well, what am I doing with my life? I mean, Adam's got extra cards. What's one card off the top of my library gonna do? Adam, I will swing at you for 8.
Yeah, I will. Well, trigger first.
Is it each creature or just whenever?
Whenever an opponent attacks.
Okay, so you get 1. It's always.
But I can play it. So
You sure can, yeah.
that over there. Yeah, I take 8.
32. And I'll pass.
untap. Oh. Saying so much with so little. I'm going to cast Hibernation Sliver off my Path of Ancestry.
Oh, that's a good one.
All slivers have pay 2 life. Return this permanent to its owner's hand.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, that's so good.
That's very good.
That's right. To the bottom with ye.
The anti-board wipe tech.
Yeah.
I have a mountain.
Cool.
It is cool. Yeah.
Woohoo! Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Hey, thanks everybody. I've worked really hard.
Good to be here.
I've worked, what? I would like to go to combat.
You got it.
I'm going to attack Kathleen with my Sliver Grave Mother.
So it has
6/6 Death Touch Haste. I can pay 2 life to return to my hand.
I'm gonna chump it with this core ally.
Okay. Go.
Draw. Woohoo! A land. That's actually super handy. I will play a land. It's a Karn's Bastion. I can proliferate. And then I'm going to play a Gatewatch Beacon. When it enters the battlefield with 3 loyalty counters on it, and it taps for white mana. And whenever a planeswalker enters the battlefield under your control, if it has any loyalty counters on it, you may move a loyalty counter from Gatewatch Beacon onto that planeswalker. A loyalty counter, not all of them. So that's kind of fun. Then I am going to cast Chandra, Torch of Defiance. 1,
Jesus.
Oh, that's a bad
2,
one.
2,
isn't it?
3, 4. All right. So she's going to come into play with 4 loyalty counters. Because of Oath of Gideon, that's going to become a 5. And I can also move 1 from the Gatewatch Beacon to give her 6. So she is going to come into play with 6 loyalty counters.
Right, and then Guff's gonna give her 1 on hand stuff too.
Correct.
So this card is a lot, but can you just read its alt?
-7. You can emblem with whenever you cast a spell, this emblem deals 5 damage to any target.
Oh, okay.
Oh, we got a new problem on the board.
Yeah, I got trample, so
Yeah.
I'll work on it.
Well, you're not the problem. It's Sean.
Sean
Yeah,
gets the problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't want to kill you. We want to kill Chandra.
All right. I'm going to +1 Guff to make myself another wizard. Because I want to just keep tipping. I need blockers, I think, at this point. And then I'm going to go to my end step and put another counter on Chandra. Wait, I could use Chandra. What am I doing?
Yeah, you got abilities.
Yeah, I got abilities. All right, I'm going to +1 Chandra and tick her up to 7 to exile the top card of my library. And I may cast it, and if I don't, she's going to deal 2 damage to each opponent. Well, it's Nareskos Explorer. Which enters, and it would have gotten me land, which I kind of wanted, but I guess I'm not going to cast it, and I'm going to deal 2 damage to y'all instead. Then I'm going to pass the turn, and I'm going to tick up Chandra to 8 because of Commodore Guff's ability. Go ahead.
All right. I will untap. I will draw. The Binding of the Old Gods will trigger to level 2. And I will search my library for a basic forest. Huh. That was easy.
Sometimes you just have it, you know? Built different.
What am I gonna do with all these cards in my hand?
Could I have some, sir?
No.
Are you going to play your waste for the turn?
Please, just a crumb.
Is there like a time? There's no time limit on
No.
this, is there? Oh wow, that's wild.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
what I said. It's like it's not even this turn or
Yeah.
until the next one. It's just as long as you have that.
I'm going to actually play this Plains.
My waste isn't good enough for him.
No, it's not. I needed that white mana. And then I will play Archon of Sun's Grace. It's a 3/4 flying lifelink creature Archon. Pegasus creatures you control have lifelink, and it has Constellation. Whenever an enchantment enters the battlefield under your control, create a 2/2 white Pegasus creature token with flying.
Okay.
And then I will tap the Orchard for white. And I will play a Spirited Companion.
Dog.
Triggers. So the Archon gives me a Pegasus. And I draw a card off of the Enchanter and the Enchantress's Presence.
Yeah.
And also the dog. So I draw 3.
Cards in hand.
A lot. Well, 8.
Sheesh.
That's about to get worse. And then I tap that for green.
Because
And
it's a forest.
I will play a Sanctum Weaver. 0/2 enchantment creature Dryad. I can tap it to add X mana of any one color where X is the number of enchantments you control. Another trigger off of the Archon for another Pegasus. I don't even know do I have 2 Pegasus?
If they only give you one.
They
for
only
this-
gave me
oh
one.
my god.
Yeah.
Here's a dice, buddy.
Okay, so I have 2 Pegasus. And then I get triggers off of the Enchanter and the Enchantress's Presence. So I draw 2 more cards. I could chip away at something of Kathleen's. Do I care about this Naturalist anymore? Kathleen, I'm going to attack Chandra with the Jukai Naturalist.
Oh, that's.
You only have 1/1s, correct?
I do.
Yeah.
That's fine. She can go down to 6.
Okay. And I gain 2 life. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
9 cards in hand, eh?
Yeah. And then I will go to cleanup. I will discard this Nessian Wanderer, and I will also discard this Fortified Village. Go ahead, Ben.
Okay, I will untap and draw. Ooh, that's a cool one. I'm gonna play an Eldrazi Temple. I can tap it for 2, just only for Eldrazi or colorless Eldrazi buddies.
Do you have those?
1 or 2.
Okay.
I think I'm just gonna be nice and simple. Simple and clean is the way that I'm feeling tonight. And tap for 8 and play my commander again. Welcome back, buddy. Maybe it'll last more than a turn. And then I am going to go to combat. Oh boy. So Adam is spooky, but I can't really do anything about it. And you're Slivers, and Kathleen's got probably one of the more powerful planeswalkers in the game on the board.
And 2 1/1s.
And 2 1/1s. So I don't know, who would you go for? Cauldron must attack. It doesn't have to attack, but it must
I
attack.
think I'd ask Gandhi to prom.
I would.
I'd go to prom with Gonti, Lord of Luxury. I think you
Oh,
know you
Gandhi. Well, I said Gandhi.
Oh, I thought you said Gonti.
No. I said Gandhi.
I'd go with Gonti.
Gandhi?
Lord of Luxury. It'd show you a good time.
They know how to party.
Yeah.
I would activate the drawbridge and attack Adam with Cauldron Complete, and then Chandra with your commander, your vigilance creature, and the Scion token. But
But then I'm wide open.
no, you have a vigilance creature.
And this little...
I mean, you don't need to attack with a Scion.
That's true.
Also, I don't have your best interest in mind. I didn't instruct you to attack me, and I got you to leave yourself wide open.
That's true, actually.
That's a very good point.
Pretty base to you, Wheeler.
Thank you so much.
I like it when the shoulder devil says, hey, here's what I would do, but don't listen to me.
No, that's a really good point.
It's very refreshing.
attack Chandra for 3
Yep.
with his Abstruse Archaic, and I will attack Wheeler for 5 for Cauldron Complete.
I gotta jump with this
less.
poor ally.
I go to 21.
And I'll pass.
Cauldron doesn't have like Death Touch, right? It's just a 5/5? Just a 5/5.
Just a 5/5
It's
with
like
haste,
indestructible.
first strike, trample, indestructible, and if it hit, well, it's kind of, if it deals combat damage to a thing, it gets exiled.
Yeah. It's like Elspeth's Spear or whatever.
Godsend.
Yeah, there we go. You know, Elspeth's Stick. Big lore head, by the way. Love lore.
Well, that's all the Theros stuff.
Yeah, I love Theros.
Adam playing Final Fantasy. Skip.
How did you get through Persona 5? They're just like...
That story was good.
Shots fired, Final Fantasy fans.
If we want to make this the lowest rated episode of EDSC, we could start talking about stories in video games
Oh, that's true.
Let's not.
and how they're all bad.
Yeah.
I'm going to tap Path of Ancestry and cast Shifting Sliver. Slivers can't be blocked except by slivers.
Wait a minute, I don't have any slivers.
Well,
This isn't fair at all.
Mine kind of look like slivers.
you might get some.
I don't love this position that we're in.
It's bad everywhere. Like everybody's got something cool going on.
Everybody's a threat.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's the way it should be.
Scryed another land to the bottom. And...
Another land to the bottom.
Another land to the bottom.
Listen, we have to think about our card economy, Mr. 9 cards in hand a turn.
But I don't know, I didn't make the deck. We all had access to the same character select screen.
I didn't build this gun, I just shot it, you know?
We all had access to the same guns at the beginning when we were all picking. I distinctly remember saying, I don't care which deck I get.
Should have given you slivers. I am going to attack...
Oh, you have so much lifelink.
Sure do, brother. Ye, and I cannot stress this enough, ha.
Did you hear what he said?
Hey, that's my bit!
That's bit
How is that your bit? Cowboys have been saying it forever.
Yeah, how old do you think I am?
You're not that old.
173.
Cowboys saying way before that.
I was the first guy to 173. Before
Yeah.
that, I was the first guy to say yeehaw. You know when I did it? Stub my toe. Somebody thought like,
Yeehaw.
wow, that's a pretty good sound. I'm like, thanks. I meant to do it.
Wow.
You don't even want to know the origins of Giddy Up.
He's the Eidolon of the Wild West.
Thank you for the pronunciation. Ben, I'm attacking you for 6 commander damage. That's unblockable.
Great. Yeah. You're not gonna have a bit back and forth where we get on somebody and then go, yep. Now we hit each other. Yeah, I go to 27.
And then I'm going to play a Nomad Outpost tapped, and then I will pass the turn. More like No Man's Outhouse. Haha.
The term cowboy was commonly in use in America, sort of at its peak in the 1850s, 173 years ago.
Really? Yeah. So if he was 173, he couldn't have been like...
I guess he was that.
You would have been a baby.
Yeah, what do you think the first words out of my mouth were? Yeah. Say mama.
Yeah.
Yeah. Say mama. Yeehaw.
They thought he was saying peepaw. Because, you know.
I said yeehaw, and then the priest went, this boy's the devil.
All right, to no one's shock, I'm going to cast a Planeswalker. I'm going to cast a kicked version of Jace Mirror Mage.
2 Jaces.
So I'm going to get a copy of Jace. And look at this, my copy even is a copy of Jace. Okay, so Oath of Gideon says, each Planeswalker you control enters the battlefield with an additional loyalty counter on it. So Jace Mirror Mage is going to enter with 5 loyalty counters, and the copy is going to enter with 2. Then I am going to scry with the first Jace, which will tick him up to 3. I get to scry it, look at 2 cards and say, what do I want here? Interesting. I'll put them top, but in that order. In the second one, I'm going to pay 0 to draw a card and reveal it and remove a loyalty counter equal to that card's mana value from Jace Mirror Mage. I'm going to reveal this Talisman of Progress and take 2 loyalty off and put that in my hand. Then I'm going to tick up Chandra to 7, and I'm going to use it to use that 2 red mana to cast my Talisman of Progress. Yes. All right. What else can I do now? Oh, I can do stuff with Commodore Guff if I want. I can make a wizard. Or I can draw cards. Ooh. Because I have 4 planeswalkers. That's quite exciting. I might do that. I'm going to draw 4 cards. I'm going to tick Commodore Guff down to 4. And I'm going to draw 4 cards and deal 4 damage to each opponent, where 4 is the number of planeswalkers I control. 1, 2, 3, 4. Excellent. I am going to play my land for the turn, which is a Forge of Heroes. I can tap to add colorless mana or do stuff with commanders if they entered the battlefield this turn, which none of them did. So now I have 1, possibly 2, 3. I have 3 mana still. How exciting. I'm going to play with my Gatewatch Beacon and my Forge of Heroes. I'm going to play an Azorius Signet. I think I've done so much, so I'm going to say I'm done, and I'm going to tick up a planeswalker that isn't Guff. I'm going to pick Chandra, because people like to pick on her. And I don't think she's going to keep 6 loyalty counters, but I like to keep her around.
Chandra throwing fire at everybody. Everybody, hey, that's not nice. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Stop getting angry at me.
All right.
Chandra truly is the Surjet Commander games of Planeswalkers.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay, I will untap. I will draw, and Binding of the Old Gods will go to level 3. And then all of my creatures have Death Touch. I'm going to play this Tainted Field, which taps for colorless only. And then I'm going to tap 3. I'm going to play this Citizen Champion.
He's drawing so many cards.
It has Constellation. Whenever an enchantment enters the battlefield under your control, put a +1/+1 counter on Citizen Champion and draw a card. And then I am going to... 5, yeah. Actually, it's only 4, isn't it? I'm going to tap 4 mana. I'm going to cast my commander. So.
Oh, man. Yeah.
Enchantment creature.
Uh-huh.
Archon trigger. I get another Pegasus. There is a Enchanter trigger and a Presence trigger.
And a Champion trigger.
Yeah, and a Champion trigger. So I'm going to draw 3 cards. I'm going to put a counter here. Anixia trigger. I'm going to get back the Binding. The Binding comes back as a 3/3. It's still a saga, right? Like it still does all the stuff?
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's also a 3/3.
So it's worth noting that it'll sacrifice itself at the end of the whole dealio.
I just need to kill something. So Binding the Old Gods enters as a 3/3. I have 2 triggers. I have an extra Pegasus, and I get another counter on Citizen Champion, and I draw a card. Ooh.
New plan. We mill him out.
And then Binding the Old Gods will go to level 1, and I already did Ben. If I kill Wheeler's Blur Sliver, he just can encore back, but only once, right?
Yeah, it gets exiled after
Yeah,
Encore.
that's kind of spooky. Your commander's spooky. Chandra's spooky.
I can also pay 2 life to return any of my seals.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I'm gonna peg Chandra.
Okay. So that's exiled?
No, it's just destroyed.
Okay.
Whoops.
Okay, but after
She,
Switch.
Yeah.
So much mana still, Jeepus.
Yeah, I do. Oh, yeah, I do.
Sanctum Weaver, man.
Yeah, Sanctum Weaver's
Sick.
about to go nuts.
Sanctumania. It's running wild.
I'd like to go to combat. I'm going to send the Archon at the main Jace, and then I will send a Pegasus, 1 each at Wheeler and Ben.
Hi, horse.
So a 2/2.
I'm gonna path to exile your big Archon. Enough Pegasuses for you. But you do get a basic land, so
Sure
you can
do.
get a swamp, and then your Tainted Field will tap for more mana.
Excellent.
Oh.
Yeah. Excellent.
Ben and I still take 2 apiece.
That we do. A begrudging 2 apiece.
I guess I could take 2. Could really go for some card draw.
Word.
I don't know, brother. You want some of this or what?
Whatever you got, man.
Give me some of these.
All right. And then I still have technically 8 mana of 1 color.
Technically 8 mana. The
Technically.
best kind of mana.
So I'm going to tap the Sanctum Weaver for white mana, and it produces 7 because I have 7 enchantments. And then I'm going to use the 7, or part of the 7 white mana, to cast a Ondu Spirit Dancer. So 4 and a white for a 3/3. Whenever an enchantment enters the battlefield under your control, you may create a token that's a copy of it. Do this only once each turn.
Oh.
So.
I'm unhappy.
Just like in general.
I mean, I've always been a depressive sort of person, but I feel like the board state is terrifying.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to cast an Arcane Signet with it. And then I will use the Arcane Signet and the Exotic Orchard to cast a Omen of the Sun, which I get a copy of. So,
You get 4 buddies?
yeah, I get a bunch of triggers, yeah.
Oh, right.
Yeah. There are a lot of triggers. So, I technically get 2 copies of Omen of the Sun from the Spirit Dancer. So that means I get 4 1/1 white soldiers, correct?
Yep.
And then I gain 2 life per Omen of the Sun, so I gain 4 life.
Yep.
An enchantment enter the battlefield. So I get a trigger from Enchanter, a trigger from Presence because I cast it. I also get a trigger from Citizen Champion and a trigger
From Citizen Champion.
from Citizen
double.
Champion, the double trigger.
So 4 cards?
4 cards in total.
4 cards, 4 life, 4 creatures. Final destination.
All right. I would like to move to clean up.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh, man.
Sorry. Get 4 creatures, draw 4 cards,
Yeah.
get 4 life, discard 4.
Man, I might mill myself out. This will be great.
Adam milling himself out sounds like his perfect game.
That's how I want to play
I got to
Commander.
see all my cards, they all went into the graveyard, I got to read them all, and now I'm done.
You left out the part where he casts a 1/3 that fixes your mana.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true. Yeah. Not the taps for mana. Any of that. It goes and grabs a basic from your deck and you put it into your hand.
That contributed to him milling himself out.
Yes,
That-
exactly. Yeah,
All right.
it all
One card.
works.
So I'm going to discard Herald of the Pantheon, a
Herald.
Necroblossom Snarl, a Dreadborn Invasion, and a Forest. Go ahead, Ben.
Okay, I'm going to untap and draw. I will play my 7th land, which is a Tyrite Sanctum. So Shrine of the Forsaken Gods now also can tap for 2 mana. So, Diska, I'm going to tap for 1, 2, 6, 7, because this board is getting out of control. All is dust. So each player is going to sacrifice all permanents they control that are one of our colors.
I do have a response,
Yep.
as is my right for the person with priority here. I'm going to pay 2 life and return Mana Weft Sliver to my hand. And I'm going to pay 2 life and return Blur Sliver to my hand. I'm going to pay 2 life, return Hibernation Sliver to my hand. So a total of 6, putting me to 9. And then, yeah. Kathleen, anything?
Sure don't have any response.
I am tapped out. I can't do anything.
Okay, I'm casting a 7 mana or more colorless spell. Zolorok trigger goes on the stack. I'm going to tap for 1 to tap Obtruse Archaic to copy this Cascade. So I'm going to Cascade 4 times. Let's go on an adventure. So we've got an Endless Atlas,
Yay.
which is tap 2 to draw a card, activate only if I control 3 or more lands with the same name. How many wastes do I have? 1. Great. All right, so this is going to do nothing, but that's okay. It's coming on in. Second part of the Cascade, I guess this is going to go to the bottom. Oh my gosh. It's Omarthus, Ghostfire Initiate. So it's an XX00 that enters with X11 counters on it, so it's a 0/0. And when it dies, I manifest a number of cards from the top of my library equal to the number of counters on it. So it's nothing. All right, so first
You could-
cascade.
You could not cast it if you want.
That's true, but now it's in my graveyard, and I'm sure I've got some sort of graveyardy shenanigans. So that was a bust. Let's go again.
Okay.
Okay, Thran Dynamo, not bad. I'm gonna get a nice big mana rock, and oh, it's too high. Kozilek is too big. Artisan of Kozilek, too big.
You can't handle this Kozilek stuff.
Can't handle it. Instead, we get a mana reshaper, which is a 3/2. When it dies, I reveal a top card of my library, and I can put that onto the battlefield if it's permanent with mana cost 3 or less. Otherwise, it goes to my hand. So, not the spiciest in the world, but I got 3 cards off of it, so I'm not going to complain. These will go to the bottom of here. And now things blow up.
Yep. I'm going to keep my commander in my graveyard.
Makes sense.
I'm gonna put Commander Guff back in the command zone. I'm just gonna hold on to all my dice.
You do lose your germ.
Oh no, my germ is a color. You're right. Oh, bummer. Maybe I should.
I think you'll be okay.
I'll soldier on. So I'm going to tap my Crashing Drawbridge to give Mana Reshaper haste. I mean, all my creatures get haste, but he's really the only one who could do anything with it. So Adam's got like tons of cards in hand. So I think I just need to go after him because he'll have the biggest return to a board state.
I'll be joining you.
Great. Yeah, so I'm going to swing for 10. At
I will
Adam.
take 10.
And 7 of that is commander damage.
7 of it is commander damage. Okay, much simpler board. Go for it.
Untap. Drop. I could do math, or I could just attack people. That feels good.
That's how I play Magic.
Yeah. I'm going to cast Blur Sliver with my Path of Ancestry. Bottom. Hatchery Sliver, replicated once. So this is a new card, 2 mana 2/2, Sliver with Replicate. So as when I cast this spell, I can pay the replicate cost as many times as I like, and then make that many copies. So I paid it once, so I'm going to get a copy. Each Sliver spell I cast has Replicate. The cost is equal to its mana. So I make another Hatchery Sliver here, and they all have haste here, so I'll attack Kathleen for 6.
Okay.
Go ahead.
What's this? I'm going to cast Leori, Spark Touched Hunter. It's a 3/3 Flying Vigilance Cat Elemental that does things with Planeswalker abilities that I will explain in full when I have a Planeswalker on the board. But for now, things are not going very well. So I'm going to cast Promise of Loyalty. Each player puts a vow counter on a creature they control and sacrifices the rest. Each of those creatures can't attack you or Planeswalkers you control for as long as it has a vow counter on it.
Adam, who are you putting a vow counter on?
Nobody.
I vow that I love my commander very much.
That's fair. All right, here. Your commander may vow how much they like me and Commander Guff.
I'm going to put a Vow Cow on my Hatchery Sliver. The original Hatchery Sliver.
And then we sacrifice the rest?
Everything gets sacrificed. So I actually have to put a vow counter on Leori, and Leori's not going to attack me.
I am sacrificing this Mana Reshaper, so I look at the top card of my library, and if it's a permanent with mana 3 or less, I can just put it right onto the battlefield, or it goes into my hand. So, it's a tomb. It is, in fact, a permanent with 3 or less, so I'm going to put that onto the battlefield.
Is that exiled?
It is gone as well. You know, I kind of forgot that the drawbridge was a creature.
All right, I'm done for the turn. Go ahead, Adam.
All right. I will untap. I will draw.
This is your right.
Yes, I am allowed. And I will play a Mesa Enchantress.
Classic.
Jar Jar's favorite enchantress.
And I will cast Grasp of Fate. When Grasp of Fate enters the battlefield, for each opponent, exile up to 1 target non-land permanent that player controls until Grasp of Fate leaves the battlefield. I'm thinking about Cauldron Complete.
You know, that's actually pretty fair.
Okay, so Kathleen, I'll get that. Wheeler, I get that. And Ben, you have so much mana. You just recast your commander, hey?
I would, probably, yeah.
I guess it does delay you a turn. Yeah, I'll get your commander.
Okay. So with you picking that, I'm gonna first tap for 2 to gain 1 life for each colorless creature I control. Ding! I'll put my guy in the command zone.
I get a trigger from Mesa Enchantress because I cast an enchantment, so I draw a card. I'm going to cast Kadama's Reach.
He's ramping.
I'll just get 2 planes. So 1 goes on to the battlefield tapped. I will tap 2 mana, and I will play Rampant Growth.
He's ramping.
Get off the escalator.
And I'll put a Swamp onto the battlefield.
He's ramping, enchanting.
Wow. He's got insurance for his tainted field.
Yeah.
Damn. The sinkhole, it does nothing.
He's gonna blow it up.
And that is my turn. Go ahead, Ben.
Okie dokie. I have 1 card in hand. I will draw. This card sucks.
Okay.
For us.
No.
You do have 15 mana.
Yeah, and 2 cards in hand that don't do much.
Well, 3 cards in hand.
That's true. Yeah, I could replay my commander. Here's what's going down. I'm going to tap for 5 and tap my Arch to draw a card. It's another land. And then I will tap for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. My commander comes back out, and I will say go.
Big boy.
We love a chunky lad.
A chunky lad. It's got to be the smallest booty, though, I've seen on a big Eldrazi. It's a 7/4.
He skipped leg day.
SMH.
Finally, I can ramp. I'll cast Nature's Lore. Grab a forest card and put it into play.
I know that you're the 5-color deck, but it's very funny to me that you have Nature's Lore and he gets Rapid Growth.
Yeah. Canopy Vista. I am going to then tap 2 with my Path of Ancestry to cast Hibernation Sliver and get a Scry.
It's back.
Sliver's back.
Bottom! Then I'm going to tap 2 and play a Pillar of Origins.
Choosing.
I'll choose Sliver.
Okay. Love that video game.
It comes into play tapped and I can only use it for Sliver mana. Go ahead.
Nice play.
Thank you. I have 1 card in hand. How many do you have?
2.
Wow.
Adam,
5.
you're slipping.
And I'm telling you what, they're all good.
Ay, ay, ay. I like good cards. I'm going to play a good card.
Windfall. Windfall.
I'm going to play Narset, Enlightened Master, which is a good card.
Windfall. Windfall.
She has first strike and hexproof, and whenever she attacks, I exile the top 4 cards of my library, and until end of turn, you can cast non-creature spells from among those cards without paying their mana costs.
Okay.
It is mind-blowing how much precon decks have gone up in power level.
What do you mean?
I don't know. Anyways, here's Overrun in my Elves deck.
I'm also going to cast a Grateful Apparition. It's a 1/1 flyer, and whenever it deals combat damage to a player or planeswalker, I can proliferate. Go ahead.
So graceful.
I will untap.
Oh, grateful.
Yeah, that's like one of them Orzhov indebted spirits being set free by Kaya. It's like, peace, thank you.
Thanks, dude.
My student loans have been forgiven.
Yeah. You imagine that, you finally die, and then somebody's like, all right, well, you didn't pay off your student loan, so now you get to be a filing clerk.
I'm going to tap 7 mana. I'm going to recast my commander. Triggers.
Yeah.
Enchantress trigger. Draw a card. Anacthea trigger. Oh boy.
There's some doozies in there.
Yeah, there are.
Can I just read this one?
I will get this sigil.
Had a feeling we'd be seeing that sigil again.
Yep.
It is a 3/3.
Time for some angles.
So after that, I'm going to play my land for the turn. I'm going to tap 3 mana. I'm going to cast a Nyx Weaver.
Ooh.
2 triggers. I get an angel, I draw a card. And then I will tap 4 mana. I will cast Arasta of the Endless Web. It's a 3/5 reach for 4, and whenever an opponent casts an instant or sorcery spell, I get to create a 1/2 spider token with reach. 2 triggers.
Whenever I cast an instant or sorcery spell?
Yeah. I get another angel.
My deck.
I draw a card.
There were 2 board wipes a second ago.
I don't have any attacks because everything entered the battlefield this turn.
And he's tapped out. That means it shields down.
Go ahead, Ben.
Okay. I will untap. These cards are not good.
You don't happen to have a second copy of All Is Dust in there, eh?
Sure don't. All right, well, I'm going to keep this over here and refer to it as my arch mana. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to do the same thing, and I'm going to draw a card. Play this land. How many wastes do I have, though, now? Only 2? Great. Still can't use this Endless Atlas. All right. No! You still have a waste. I'm going to tap Gaia Reach Sanitarium. Everybody gets to draw a card and discard a card.
All
Woohoo!
right.
I will hit you first.
This is so...
Discard a land.
Discard a land.
I don't know. This Worn Power Stone. Sure. Okay, here's what I'll do. I'm going to tap for 3, and I'm going to play a Mirage Mirror.
Ooh, yep.
It can become a copy of target artifact, creature, or enchantment, or land until end of turn by activating for 2.
Oh, you get another arc.
That's true. I could draw more cards. Or another Sanitarium. We can all
Yeah.
draw a discard again. And then I'm going to tap for 2 and play these booties. And I'm going to slip 2 of them, these lightning greaves, I should say, onto Zolodok. So that they're all nice and comfy. And I think I need to have some blockers. Maybe, or maybe I'm supposed to go at Adam. He's probably going to come at me. Oh my god.
Adam's deck is caked up.
Yeah.
Like it is just thick to the brim with cards.
That'll be me. Go for it.
Untap. Another land. Excellent.
We call this the none cards left beef portion of the commander pod.
Go to tap 2, including my Path of Ancestry, for a Manawef Sliver. Scry?
Oh, that's not a land.
Yeah, but it also isn't a card that draws
know.
cards. I mean, maybe it's fine. I'll keep it. I'll keep it because it's a card that does something. Anything. Go!
All right, well, hey, I know that you're like, this is the none cards side of the table. I also have 2 cards in hand, so I'm
okay.
also kind of like, need some cards. However, I feel that I'm going to draw my card for the turn. I'm going to play this Exotic Orchard. Now I have your power, Adam.
Yeah, you do. You can make black and green mana now.
Excellent. And before I do anything else, Narset, I'm sorry, I'm going to have to send you in here because I really need some cards. I'm going to send her at Ben. Ben, you can block Narset if you'd like. Because
I'm pathetic.
Wait, so you're killing your Narset because you just don't want to go after Ben?
well, I don't want Adam to exile the top card of my library.
Right.
I don't have that anymore.
Oh, you don't
That's
have
gone.
that anymore.
Yeah.
But you also have like a, I guess,
Yeah, I mean,
you can also just let her in. She's a 3/2.
I'm at 9 life. I will block and lose a permanent for this. That's
Yeah.
fine, though.
I mean, if you want to
So you get to keep it if you attack Wheeler.
What is she? She's a 3/2, right?
Yeah,
I mean, if you
alright.
want to come at me, I'll kill her.
All right, no, I'm going to attack Wheeler.
Okay.
So
You get an Ursa trigger.
I do. I'm going to exile the top 4 cards of my library. Oh, that's not a creature.
Yay!
Whoa! Oh, that's pretty darn good. Blocks?
Yes, I will block with this hibernation sliver and have it die.
Okay. Hooray! Let's cast some cards. I'm not going to cast this Fury Calm Snarl because I've already played a land this turn. But I will cast Vronos, Masked Inquisitor, who you might recognize as the default avatar from the Duels of the Planeswalker game.
Jeez, okay.
They come into play with 5 loyalty counters. I'm going to cast this Honor-Worn Shaku because it's just a rock. I'm going to cast Blasphemous Act for free, and I'm going to deal 13 damage to each creature on the battlefield. Sorry, Narset.
Okey-dokey.
Sorry, Grateful
They
Apparition.
just came out with their boots.
Well, I mean, I had to clean up Adam's board. I didn't want to kill everyone else's stuff or my stuff.
What does Vronos do?
+1. Up to 2 other target planeswalkers you control phase out at the beginning of the next end step. -2 for each opponent. Return up to 1 target non-land permanent that player controls to its owner's hand. Ooh. -7. Target artifact you control becomes a 9/9 construct artifact creature token that gains vigilance indestructible, and this creature can't be blocked.
Cool.
I'm going to play Commodore Guff, which is going to cost me 6. Commodore Guff will come in with 5 loyalty counters. I'm going to tick off Guff to make a wizard. Then I'm going to tap 5, and I'm going to play a brand new Chandra, Legacy of Fire. At the beginning of your end step, Chandra, Legacy of Fire, deals X damage to each opponent, where X is the number of planeswalkers you control. And I can +1 her to add 1 red mana for each planeswalker you control. And I can pay 0 to remove a loyalty counter from each of any number of permanents you control, and then exile that many cards from the top of your library, and then play them this turn. I don't have any mana to do that. She's going to come into play with 3 loyalty counters on her. I'm going to +1 Chandra to add 1 red mana for each planeswalker I control, which is 3. I'm going to -2 Vronos to return your Grasp of Fate to your hand. We can all get our creatures back. Oh, everybody, I'm sorry, Ben.
Haha.
And then I'm going to go to my end step. At the beginning of my end step, Chandra, Legacy of Fire, deals X damage to each opponent, where X is the number of planeswalkers you control. That is 3. Then I'm going to use Commodore Guff's passive ability to put a +1/+1 counter on, probably people are going to try to kill her first, Chandra. Then I'm going to actually get rid of this land that I forgot to deal with. Then I believe that's exiled because I didn't play it. That's my turn.
I think Adam's just going to use that thing you bounced and get rid of her.
Probably.
So I will untap. Draw for the turn. Well, I have to get rid of Chandra or we'll all die.
She's going to kill some of you faster than others.
Yeah.
Please.
Math this out.
Oh no, he's doing the math.
He's doing the math.
I will recast my commander, and with the trigger, I will get back Enchantress's Presence. So it's a 3/3 creature. It's also a zombie. I will tap 3 mana, and I will recast Grasp of Fate. I will take Chandra, Caldera Complete, and sure, yeah, I'll take that. Yeah.
Yes! I can play magic.
Yeah.
I'm killing you first.
I got a trigger off of the Enchantress's Presence. Draw a card. Oh, well, that's kind of cute.
You're kind of cute.
Got him.
Damn, brother. That's actually kind of funny.
You're kind of funny.
I'll tap a mana and I'll cast Soul Ring.
Your
And then
cat
it
is
is
so...
Soul Ring. I'll tap 4 mana and I will cast Calyx.
Oh,
Destiny's Hand. I will +1 Calyx.
what does that do?
Calyx is a 4 mana planeswalker. It has a +1 that's reveal the top 4 cards of your library and then reveal an enchantment from among them and put it into your hand. Has a -3 where I can exile a creature or enchantment if I control an enchantment.
Uh-oh.
And it has a ultimate of -7, which is put all enchantments from your graveyard onto the battlefield.
Oh.
So I +1, I will look at the top 4.
Does this deck have enchantments in it? I'm playing slivers.
I will get a Mending of Dominaria.
All right, sick.
But you know what? The first word there is mill. Like I said, that plan.
Yeah, but
Really spooked.
but I mean, there's a last line of text in there too.
Like, I can only read one chapter at a time, so
Sure,
we're
sure.
speed readers.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Ben.
All right, I'm going to untap and pray that I draw something sick for once. Nope.
Can I ask one thing of you?
Yeah.
Can you activate your Gyre Sanitarium this turn? I kept this land in my hand that I drew in the hopes that.
I'll end up doing
Thank
that.
you. Thank
Yeah,
you.
I
so
got you,
much.
boo.
Sorry to be so, needy this game.
Whatever, Wheeler. I pretty much checkmated you when I took your
Pillar of
Pillar of
Origins.
Origins. Yeah.
Game's
I had to
over.
read it. I was like, what's this card? Pillar of Origins?
You'll pay. You'll all pay.
Okay, I will tap my soul ring in the sanitarium. Let's all draw a discard.
Land.
Land. He also discarded land.
Yes.
I will discard this ever-flowing chalice. Okay. Then I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 9, 12 for my commander. All right. And I will put the boots on. I didn't save it last time, but we're there. We're there.
Yeah, look. Commander puts the shoes on 2 at a time, just like everybody else. Okay.
I'm brilliant. I'm gonna tap for 2 to activate Mirage Mirror and turn it into a Thran Dynamo.
Oh.
And then I'm gonna tap for 3 and play this Burnished Heart.
Brilliant. Burnished Heart.
Oh yeah!
Elk's on the board.
Elk's on the board. I'm gonna attack with my 7/4 at your Ron D's.
Does it have trample?
Nope, you're just a 7/4.
I'm gonna block with this wizard.
You got it.
Pass turn. Untap. Draw.
And?
We've
money.
got slivers!
And you got Replicate, so you can just make a bunch of them.
Oh, yeah. Some of them might even be good. I don't know if I can actually get rid of Rondees super easily.
So, Ron, don't try it. But why do you feel Ron driven to?
Because I'm going to because I'm going to Vron die. Very Von quickly.
And I can't Von draw into answers.
Perfect, right? Got it in one.
But why not Ron drive him alone?
Yeah.
Dream him. Dream.
I'm built Vron
Differently.
differently.
I think we need to Von dunk him into the graveyard.
Hi, I'm Vron Drunklin. I'm going to. Oh no, I can do this. Yeah. Yeah! I'm going to be everybody's friend. I'm going to encore the Sliver Grave Mother. So I get 3 copies. I'm going to use the original. It's exiled, but I'm going to use the original to show that I get 3 copies, 1 for each opponent. And they have to attack that opponent this turn if able. Then I'm going to pay 2 and encore my Mana Weft Sliver. So I got 3 of these, and they all have haste. Now I'm going to tap all of my Mana Weft Slivers and 1 to encore Shifting Sliver. Getting some. So people are going to take damage, but I will be able to kill Vrondrees. I'd like to go to combat. My Hatchery Sliver is attacking Vrondrees nuts. And then each of you is getting a 5/5, and each of you is taking 7.
Okay.
Each of you takes 7, and Vrondrees is off the table.
Do you want to attack me or do you want to attack Alex?
I have to attack.
Oh, you have to
I have
attack
to
me?
attack the
Okay.
opponent.
Okay.
Which is awkward because I can't attack planeswalkers.
Yeah.
I wish there was a way to do this without everybody taking damage, but I'm just a nice guy.
Thanks. You know what? I'll take it.
And then these all get exiled at end step, but I will put my commander into the command zone.
Lay command zone.
Yeah. What I meant to say It's not quite 9,
Yeah.
but a little bit more than 7.
It was a 0 wearing a belt.
Exactly. An 8.
Nice.
Everybody took 8 damage.
Okay.
And now the comments can't yell at me for that. They can yell at
Yeah,
me.
I was like,
That-
oh, Bubba.
I haven't even watched this game, but I know I'm gonna hate Wheeler on slivers. Go ahead.
We're almost there, buddy. We might make it around. I don't have anything to cast off of you, but if you make it a turn cycle around.
Are you talking to your commander or Burnished Heart?
Are you just gonna kill me?
Well, I'm not gonna kill you.
He's got a shroud.
You know what Shroud doesn't work against?
Board waves. Are we gonna board wave again?
Thinking about it?
4th time's the charm.
Hell yeah. You know what? Why not?
I am going to attack Calyx with Leori, Spark Touched Hunter.
Yeah. For how much?
For
3?
3.
Yeah. Goes to 2.
Haha. I just don't want you to get back all your enchantments. That seems disgusting. I'm gonna play Gideon Jura.
Oh.
He is a planeswalker. He does exciting things.
You know what? Actually, I'm all right with this. For me.
I am going to then play Spark Double to have Spark Double enters the battlefield as a copy of a creature or a planeswalker you control, except it enters with an additional +1/+1 counter on it if it's a creature, and it enters with an additional loyalty counter on it if it's a planeswalker, and it isn't legendary. So I guess actually I'm going to move this dice over here and put these like this. Okay.
What is Spark Double copy?
Who is he?
He is Gideon.
2 Gideons?
2 Chads at the same time?
Two Chads for maximum value. Okay, so I have no tapped creatures I can do. You're just handing me more.
Yeah,
more
I'm
counters.
sure you'll need dice. Yeah.
Thank you for all of the dice. Now I feel like I'm properly prepared for Gideon counters. I have no tapped creatures I can destroy because, of course, Zuladoc has Shroud. I could get Wheeler's 1 sliver, but that seems very cruel.
And unusual.
So, I'm going to tick both my Gideons up. This one goes to 9, this one goes to 8. And I'm going to say, Adam,
Yep.
you have to attack the Gideon Jura who has 9 loyalty.
Okay.
And, I don't know, Adam, you also have to attack the Gideon Jura that has 8 loyalty, so you can't attack me. Now, I'm going to use Commander Guff's -3 to draw 3 cards because I control 3 planeswalkers, and you all take 3 damage.
I go to 3.
He's in shock distance.
I don't know what I can. I don't know. I can't do anything.
It's gonna be a hard time
Gideons.
against your 2 Gideons.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we can try to kill Kathleen.
That's true.
I'm done, so I'm going to use Commodore Guff's passive ability to tick up this Gideon to 9 loyalty. So they each have 9 loyalty.
I have an elk.
I will untap. I will draw. Let's start by casting Font of Fertility. So I get a trigger from Enchantress's Presence, and I draw a card. Neat. I'm going to +1 Calyx. I will look at the top 4.
We have several Calyxes in the office.
This video is not brought to you by IKEA, but IKEA, if you want it to be.
I would be so into an IKEA sponsorship.
I don't think IKEA needs to advertise to us or our demographic.
Yeah, we just know.
Yeah. Do you want to be able to afford furniture? Well, your option is IKEA.
Yeah.
With Calyx, I'm going to get a Ghoulish Impetus.
Ooh, this one's sweet.
It is a enchantment aura, and enchanted creature gets +1/+1 and has Death Touch and is goaded.
With the sauce.
When the enchanted creature dies, return Ghoulish Impetus to the battlefield at the beginning of the next end step. I'm going to tap 3 mana. I'm going to play a Dryad of the Elysian Grove. Trigger from the Enchantress's Presence. Draw a card.
We call him Poker Face Sabadan.
Yeah, brother. You're
I hope
gonna...
it's just a forest. It's actually just the best.
It's just,
Brother, it is not.
It's just Solemn Simulacrum or something.
Mirari's Wake.
That is not a forest.
Oh no.
Oh wait, I can copy
Trigger.
that. Hell yeah, brother. Turn my Mirage Mirror into a Mirari's Wake. Let's go.
I can play an additional land. Ooh boy.
Ooh.
Ooh
He's got
boy.
so much mana.
1 mana of any type. Oh wow, that's even better.
Oh yeah.
Green and a white. Destiny Spinner. Draw a card.
Whoa! I'm gonna get attacked by lands here.
What the heck is this? That's wild. All right.
That's what you love to hear when somebody is looking at their cards. Is just, oh, who's this?
Adam's
What do
gotten
you
to see
do?
most of his deck. That's great.
I know, making so many wonderful discoveries.
Oh, it's the mana value.
So I didn't make it so you guys had to it. Like you guys could attack whoever your heart chooses.
It's true.
So maybe it's the person who's completely popping off and is like got so much land it's literally spilling outside of their playmat.
More land than God.
Oh, on the bright side, Mirari's Wake means I can kill a Gideon.
Hey!
Hey.
Muzzle tough.
Yeah.
The natural state.
Let's-
Remember, you've got this waste that you exiled.
Oh yeah.
He's already played a land for the turn though.
Just put it out there.
I will cast a Nyxborn Behemoth with 1 mana floating. I will say it's a black mana.
What is this?
It's a 10/10 with trample.
Sick.
I can pay 1 and a green, sacrifice another enchantment. Nyxborn Behemoth gains indestructible until the next turn. End of next turn.
That's X less to cast, where X is the total mana of non-creature enchantments you control.
Yeah.
Dang.
Trigger. Draw a card.
And we thought the Slivers deck was gonna be scary.
With the 1 black mana floating, I'll tap this swamp for 2 black, and I'll Ghoulish Impetus your commander.
Cannot. It has Shroud.
Oh, it has Shroud. Yeah.
The boots with the fur. No,
Oh,
not my elk.
he just sacks it.
Yeah, but it comes back. You get to do it again.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's a great idea. Thanks, Wheeler.
Okay, so you're ghoulish impetusing my elk.
Trigger, yeah.
My elk.
Draw a card.
I love how like you've been very upfront. It's like don't have your best interest at heart, but people will still listen to you.
Yep.
That's powerful. Have you considered leading a cult?
I have. And have you heard the good word of Gladiator?
12 mana still, huh?
Still. He cast a 10/10.
Sure did.
11/11 with the Mirari's Way.
Yeah. Let's go to combat. I will attack original Gideon with this 4/4 and this 5/5, which both have menace.
Okay.
And
Yep.
you have a trigger.
And I have
from
a
your command.
trigger.
Pachow.
Trigger from my commander. Why not? I'll get back the dog.
Yeah!
Hey.
So,
Got that dog in him.
dog is a 3/3. I draw a card.
It's a 4/4 dog.
Yeah, it's big.
Big dog.
Row.
A rope.
Row.
I will tap the Orchard for green. This for black, and that for green. I will cast a Mending of Dominaria with 1 mana floating still. Trigger from that. I'll draw a card, and then I get the Mending trigger. So I mill 2 cards, and then I may put a creature card from your graveyard into your hand.
I feel like we're in like a terrible situation because we have to keep killing Adam's stuff so it doesn't kill us, but then when we kill his stuff, he's like, perfect. You've put it in my bin just where I need it.
I think it's more so that at no part has Adam stopped drawing
Just
cards this
saying
game.
a waiver.
There has been no point in which he hasn't gone draw a card.
Yeah, it's like all the rest of us like, all right, we've got 2 cards in hand, but we can, rebuild, we can make it work. And Adam's like, go to the cleanup step.
I'll cast the Sanctum Weaver.
Hey, good to see you again.
Draw a card. Now I have 1 floating still. It's a green, so I will tap for black-white and black-green, I guess. I will cast Narcy Fablesinger. It's a 3/3 lifelink. Whenever you sacrifice an enchantment, draw a card. Whenever the final chapter ability of a saga you control resolves, each opponent loses X life and you gain X life, where X is that saga's mana value.
What?
This card's sick.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's my whole turn.
That's it?
That's it. That's all?
That's it.
Sick.
Go ahead, Ben.
Okay, I will untap.
I expected more from you.
I'm going to tap the Shrine for 2, Activating Mirage Mirror, copying Mirari's Wake. So now I have all the mana as well. It's still all going to be colorless, but that's, relevant. So I'm going to tap Arcane Lighthouse and Grya Reach to draw and discard.
Yeah.
Thank you. Goodbye.
I'll discard a sliver.
I will discard this Titan's Presence.
I discarded an Orzhov Basilica.
Okay. And then I'm going to play my third waste.
Ooh.
So now I can thank you. I can tap for 1 and activate the Endless Atlas to draw a card.
Is it a wastes?
No. It's
Better than Waste?
a reliquary tower.
Oh, that's good for all the cards in your hand.
Yeah, hey, do you want this?
No, I'm good, thanks.
No, yeah, okay, great. Eugene.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
So colorless spells I control cost 2 less.
The Ineffable?
The Ineffable. You cannot F him. +1, I can exile the top card of my library. It becomes a little colorless Spirit Saga, and when it leaves the battlefield, I put it into my hand. Or I can destroy something with -3 that is 1 or more colors. So it's like I want to destroy the Grasp, but then if that goes to the bin, Adam can attack and just get it back. But then I get a Cauldron Complete. I think I'm just going to +1. So I'm going to exile the top card of my library face down.
Mm-hmm.
Sick. And it is a 2/2 Spirit now. I gotta go to combat.
But you don't have to fight. Well, I guess you have to.
I have to. This elk is so aggro. I swing for 4 at Kathleen.
I take it. I'm at 16.
Okay. Pass the turn. Here we go, buddy.
Big turn.
Big turn. Big turn.
Draw. Oh, big turn.
Really?
Yeah.
Sick.
I'm going to tap 4 with my Path of Ancestry, and I'm going to cast Taunting Sliver, and I'm going to replicate it.
Okay.
Don't sound that impressed, but check this out. It's a 4-mana 3/3 that says slivers I control have, when this creature ETBs, goad target creature and opponent controls. So I cast this with replicate. The replication is going to resolve, and I'm going to goad this.
Okay.
And then the original comes into play, and then I have 2 triggers. So I get to goad 2
Oh,
more
yeah, yeah,
things. I'm going to goad this and your commander. So I'm goading Adam's 10/10 in the commander, and I'm goading Kathleen's elemental cat. Then I get a scry.
Meow meow.
It's really good, but it doesn't do anything.
I guess.
I'm
you're
gonna
right.
bottom the Sliver Hive Lord. Something I've always wanted to do.
The one that gives your dudes indestructible.
Yep. Go ahead.
Untap. Draw for the turn. Leori is goaded and must attack, but can't attack you.
Correct.
Well, that's handy. All right. So this is Gideon. So Gideon's coming back out of the graveyard, so I can remember what Gideon does. I have to attack somebody with Leori. I'm going to attack you, Adam. So I'm going to attack you for 3.
Yep.
So now that you've taken 3 damage, now I can read Leori, which says, whenever I deal combat damage to a player with it, until end of turn, I can choose a Planeswalker type, and then whenever I activate an ability of that Planeswalker of that type, I can copy the ability and choose new targets for the copies. I'm going to choose Gideon Planeswalker type. Then I'm going to -2 my Gideon to take it down to 7, which is there and was easy to find because I'm good at math and numbers. And I'm going to say, destroy target tapped creature. I'm going to destroy your commander.
Sure.
I'm going to destroy your other tapped creature.
Sure.
So that exiles it. So that's one source of card draw off the board.
We in it.
Oh, honey.
Wait,
Oh, honey.
There's a different storm brewing.
Yeah.
all right, that was fun. Nahiri, the Harbinger.
Whoa.
I can +2 her to discard a card, and if I do, I draw a card. And I can exile target enchantment, artifact, or tapped creature. And I could -8 her, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to exile. What is under the grasp of fate? It's Cauldra?
Caldra, Chandra, and
Let my pillars go.
and a Pillar of Origins. So,
I'm going to -2 Nahiri
yeah,
to exile your Grasp of Fate.
sure.
Is the tiger just the one time?
The tiger is just until the end of turn whenever you activate an ability of a planeswalker of that type. I've already done it.
Oh, right. You said of Gideon's, right?
Yeah.
Hey, welcome back, Caldra.
I'll choose Sliver, everybody.
okay.
I'm choosing Sliver.
Welcome back, friend. It's good to see you. You brought a new germ with you.
I'm going to -3 Guff to draw X cards and deal 4 damage to all opponents.
We're all dead.
1, 2, 3.
Oh.
Yeah, we're all
1,
dead.
2, 3,
Because of Chandra.
Oh,
Yeah.
Wait, how many planeswalkers does she have?
4.
3 now.
Hold on, everybody. Let me die first.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just cleaning up my weird bugs.
My weird bugs.
Okay.
I haven't played a land for the turn. I'm going to play a mountain, and I'm going to say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 to recast Commodore Guff. He comes into play with 5 loyalty counters. I think everybody can see where this is going. I'm going to activate Guff again to draw 4 cards and deal 4 damage to each opponent.
So it's 8 damage?
Yes, when I go to my end step, Chandra is going to deal 4 damage to you because she deals X damage to each opponent, where X is the number of planeswalkers you control.
I can go to 7 by turning Mirage Mirror into the tomb. I shouldn't have tapped the tomb. That's okay. I'll only be able to gain 3 life. You got me.
The power of friendship and self-insert fanfic.
I love self-insert fanfic.
You're a Commodore Guff fan.
Yeah.
You're a big guff head, right?
Yeah.
Guff head, yeah.
You know what I manifested with Hugin?
What?
Another land.
Oh. Well, good game, everybody. We all died. Except for Kathleen, our winner.
Hey,
Yeah.
Commodore Guff nobly sacrifices himself to win the battle against Yawgmoth, and today he was like, I rewrite it so Ben doesn't have quite enough.
And if you want to write us something equivalent to, say, a check, you can support us through patreon.com/loadingreadyrun. Because of all of you, there's all of this. Of course, EDSC is also brought to you by Card Kingdom. Cardkingdom.com/EDSC. You know, you got some cool sleeves, pick up some cards, it helps us. And speaking of sleeves, you can also check out store.loadingreadyrun.com for some fancy schmancy ones that look like the logo. Thank you to Ben, Adam, Kathleen, Wheeler, Paul on Tech, and you, the viewer. I love you. Bye!